Debonair. Okay.
But no, it's definitely gonna get worse. Especially like I said, my youngest brother, he's 9. By the time he starts dating, another hopefully 10 years from now,
Ooh, yeah.
hopefully, yeah,
I don't know
it's
what
gonna
it's going to be like. I don't even know if people will be even talking. And then we're entering this metaverse world, so I
yeah,
don't even know if people are gonna, because even your brother, he's 16. I noticed that generation, the Generation Z generation, they're already a closed off generation. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? They really don't do their. I like to call them the loner generation. They'd rather
yeah.
be by themselves a lot, and so I don't even know. We might just humanity just might end because nobody's talking to each other. So there may not be another generation after Generation Z. They may be the last generation.
Yeah, yeah. It's no, you're right. You definitely right, man. I be having to get this boy out of the house. I'm looking at him. I'm like, bro, when I was your age, as soon as I got home from school, I throw my book bag down, take off my quote unquote good clothes. My mama ain't play that. Could take my good clothes off, switch clothes, and run right back outside, and that was it. I'll be outside all day till the street lights came on. You know what I'm saying?
I still to this day I love to be outside. I love outside. I don't understand. I like my house. I love my house, but
yeah,
I like to be outside. It's
yeah.
I don't so I guess it's just the time we're living in.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's crazy, man. Them boys are. Anyway, I can't speak on that, but I can only imagine what my youngest brother is going to be going through 10 years from now, because like and a lot of these people, man, like my brother was telling me, like, one of the senior girls that he wanted to talk to, he was like, oh no, well, she has an OnlyFans. I'm like, how does she I'm like, at 18? I'm like, yeah, y'all really active like that at 8? Like, Jesus
And you're not
Christ,
even
man.
giving yourself a chance. Like, you don't even know if you want to be a store clerk. You don't know if you want to do hair. You just went out there and put your body on platform. You ain't even give yourself a chance, baby. Give yourself a chance
They don't
before
they,
you
they
just
don't they
start
don't think about
hooking.
it. They don't think in the long run, because I'm looking at them, and you hear stuff like this all the time, but I'm looking at them like this. You're not thinking about it in the long run. There's no way you can do content like that and then become a lawyer working for a law firm or working in a doctor's office or working, like, no, like, these people gonna be able to see you and be like, bro, I don't want you working in my clinic. I don't want you working in my law firm. I want you working in my
Because a lot
accounting
of
firm.
people have been getting fired. A lot of
Yeah,
people have been getting fired due to, their history. So
yeah.
I
Oh,
guess,
you heard about that nurse? There was a nurse that got fired because of she was doing OnlyFans.
yes, I did hear
Yeah,
about that.
yeah,
I
that's
did,
crazy.
But honestly, but with that, I do have to say, I kind of have to say I disagree with that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I don't know if you've ever heard of this woman called what is her name? Cookie Brown, I believe.
Cookie
And
Brown has a
it's this woman, she's an older lady. I don't know what generation she's from. I know she's older than us. She may be older than our parents, but
Mhm.
in the 70s, 80s, sometimes she was, a hooker. She was a drug dealing prostitute, a drug using prostitute.
Oh
And
wow,
she didn't
okay.
even have her name was Cupcake Brown. I'm sorry, Cupcake Brown. That's her real birth name, Cupcake Brown.
Oh,
But
that's
she was the
interesting.
drug using prostitute. She grew up, how project babies grow up. So,
Yeah,
her life, was the way that it was. And she ended up getting her life together and she became a lawyer with no high school diploma. So I
mm.
do believe people can grow. But, and, once again, I kind of said this in the comments, I'm friends with a lot of different people. So
Yeah,
I kind of don't feel like people, I even though I would never recommend a woman to sell her body. I'm not going to say I don't understand it. Never done it. I understand it. I've never done it. Never will. But I don't feel like that equates their intelligence. That
yeah,
equates the work that they've done. I've had women, Christian women, who used to be a thing back in the day, but those women have, even Maya Angelou used to sell her body. She was a
yeah,
prostitute. And we see how enlightened, how intelligent, how inspirational she grew to become. So to fire somebody because of what they do, as in that, you know what I'm saying, aspect, I kind of feel like, to me, it's unfair because you're not paying those people's bills. Like, nursing is great, but I know, and they make really good money, but sometimes, they might want to have a little more. So I kind of don't agree with that aspect of the whole firing people, but it does
yeah,
happen. So in the days we're living in, until it changes, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mess with my money like that.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's fact. That's my whole mindset about it is think about it in the long run, because if you're trying to, and you hear it all the time, like girls like, oh, I'm just doing this until I pay my tuition, or until I do this, or until I do that. But I say it all the time, like think about it in the long run, because I've been working in a corporate office for over 10 years. There's no way in hell, like, bro, no, for you to do something like that and then be like, quote, like, say for example, if you were like a senior VP or a director or something like that, vice provost, whatever, of a corporate company. Once they find that out and you're the face of their company, they're gonna have to fire you. They're like, no, bro, we
They have
can't
the
have
rights
you.
to. It's their
Yeah,
company. They have the
exactly.
right to not want you to represent them. They have that right. So unless you're working for yourself, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Then under somebody else's establishment, you just can't do it. Whether you think it's wrong or right, it's their establishment. They have that right to let you go, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Just think
But I don't
think
agree
about it.
with it.
Yeah. No, I don't agree with it either, man. Like it's like saying me, doing this YouTube, I could get fired from my job. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I'm in my own house using my own equipment. Like, why would I get fired? Like, you know what I'm saying? I get where I see it from both sides. I see it from both sides, really. I see it from both
Yeah, I
sides. You know what
definitely
I'm
see it. Yeah.
saying?
Because I think too, it's like, even though I would, because honestly, if I was to hire somebody, not to say I would fire them because OnlyFans, but there would be things that if you were doing, you could not work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could never step foot in my establishment. I mean, not that thing, specifically, but if there was just certain things, because we all have to have our boundaries, so.
Yeah.
I can see it from both sides as well, because you don't want certain people to represent you,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That and also too relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in situations where I will be dating a chick, and then thankfully, because of mutual friends, they would tell me, hey, yo, she does, OnlyFans, she does this, that, and third. And then while confronting her about it, I'm like, yo, is it true that you do? And she's like, oh yeah, well, I didn't want to tell you because I'm like, bro, no, I can't do this anymore because because you're doing that.
Understandable.
Yeah, and she got mad at me. She got mad at me, and I'm just like, bro, listen, do you know? Like, I don't think you don't see it from my point of view. You seeing it from your point of view. Like, if we were officially together and you're doing OnlyFans, if I was to bring you to one of our dinners or our corporate balls, our meetings or something like that,
and all the homies done saw you, everybody done saw your ass.
Yeah, like, bro, you know how stupid I would look? Like, no, bro, there is no way in hell. No, like, I'm over here introducing you to my to the president of the company. Oh, sir, this is my girlfriend. Da, da, da. He like, oh, ain't that so and so from OnlyFans? Bro, I would die. I would die.
No, she got a tattoo on her ass.
She got
what my girl looks like. Right. She definitely should have gave you a choice about that. That's definitely something I would not hide. She definitely should have gave you a choice about that. Like, other people see these titties. Are you okay with this?
But no, I was just laughing because it was just she got upset, and then she was like, oh, well, you're being insecure. And I'm like, I don't think I'm being insecure. I'm seeing it. I'm understanding where I'm coming from, number one. And if we weren't official, we were just dating. But if we were official and I was to bring you over to my job, because I'm there all the damn time, bring you over to my job, we're having a dinner, like last week we just had our Thanksgiving dinner, right? Because this week we're basically closed. So last week we had our Thanksgiving dinner, everybody invited their husband, their wives, their kids and stuff like that. Like, if I brought you over and you doing OnlyFans and somebody recognize you, I'll be like, no, I can't.
Yeah, because I definitely don't want to be the last to know anything about you. You know what I'm saying? And to know anything about you, and I've been in a situation where I was hanging with this girl, and come to find out, my ex-husband, they had, a fling in the past, and he saw me hanging with her, but she didn't know that was my husband until I told, her, and she told me about it. And I went and I asked him out, like, why? Another woman shouldn't tell me about you. If you knew that I was hanging with this girl, even though it was in the past, but you never want nobody to have that up on you about somebody that you're with.
Yeah.
So I agree with you 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't do it, man. For all the ladies listening, I just want y'all to think about it, because so many it's becoming the new norm. It's becoming the new norm, and not that it shouldn't, but if you're going to do it, understand that these are the pros and the cons of it. The pros, you're going to be making a lot of money. The cons is if you were to change career paths in medical field, you know, anything dealing with STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, I can almost guarantee you these companies are not going to hire you. These people do extensive, like me, I've been hiring for my company for like the last 6-7 years. When I report things to HR, they do an extremely extensive background check. You know what I'm saying? And now they even check social media. Like they ask you your social media now when you submit your application, what's the name of your Facebook? What's the name of your Instagram? They checking your Instagram and Facebook now. You know what I'm saying? So it all gets
I don't have one. I live off the grid. I'm Amish.
I have all the accounts, but I very rarely, I mean, besides YouTube, I very rarely post on Instagram and stuff like that. Besides, like if I'm promoting like a video or something like that, then I'll post it on there. But that's why I make sure I'm very selective with things that I say on YouTube and stuff like that, because I know me, I'm trying to move up in my company, so I'm not going to have them. Hey, you posted a video 6 years ago where you said nah, bro, nah. All my videos is clean, opinionated stuff where we have, you know, trending topics and all that good stuff. But it is what it is.
The finish line, I ran past it. So egotistic, so cocky, so conceited, cause I'm better than your average. I'm mad sick when I spit that shit. When I spit that flow, she gon' want to catch my drift. Soon as a nigga get some money, they try to spit on it. They ain't put it on this bottle, so they can't sip on this. Don't you try to boost me up, don't try to get on, bitch. Cause I'ma act like I don't